And then he gets to this, and this is one of the most shocking things I've seen on YouTube. Winners, boss of ghouls, how are you all doing? Today we're looking at Crow of Judas. Can't get in trouble for looking at Crow of Judas. I'll get in trouble because Crow of Judas has looked at ghost theory, but F it. There's a montage at the beginning of Crow of Judas's video which says everything that I've been saying for years, but it's condensed into one nice bite-sized clip. Now, you at home that investigate, or you at home that watch other legitimate investigators, which ghost theory claim to be. How many things fall over in videos of your favourite channels in the last 3 to 5 years? Yeah, I've only ever had 2 things fall over, one of which I've absolutely debunked in a video that's coming out soon. I've debunked my own footage. Now, if you look at other channels, think UK channels that are seen as legitimate, and you add up all of the things that fall over, add them all together from all of your favourite UK channels, does it equal this?
Here we go!
There's a fucking mattress there and everything.
Shit!
That's already more than I've ever had, and more violent than I've ever had. I must be doing something wrong, because these guys are really, really, really real. They put out a community post on Facebook, but that's disappeared, where they were like, oh, we didn't look right when we walked out of the door because there's a wall. Oh, we did this, oh, we did that. Why don't people ask us? Because for the longest of times, your attitude to anyone that questioned or asked questions, wow, pretty bad. I mean, look at the way you went at me before I even asked you any questions.
Okay.
Oh. Oh my fucking god! Holy shit!
Oh my
Shit on my
What the
fucking my god! Holy fuck was that? Jesus Christ!
Can you make a sound? Can you throw something or show yourself if you're with us? I think like.
Oh fuck me! Oh my
Fucking.
fuck was that?
That was the fucking chair.
What the hell is even that?
Crow, you must have spent ages looking for all of that. Well, he probably didn't, because this stuff is so prevalent in their videos. Is it just that they're very lucky and they debunk all of this stuff, or is it that things are falling over for them to debunk? It's a question I've asked myself. Not being rude, not being mean, not having a go. I watch a great deal of content to debunk. I watch a great deal of content to see if there's anything legitimate and real going on out there. And of all the legitimate channels that I've watched over the years, none of them have ever produced that amount of evidence of things falling over. I'm not saying it's a ghost. I don't know if they're saying it's a ghost. I don't care. But I know teams that go out weekly, go into the same abandoned holes, that don't get things thrown, that don't get things crashing down around them. It's not the typical behaviour in these buildings. It's only these guys that get it. I've never seen this amount of stuff fall over or be thrown. And despite the little, whinging sessions they've had about being called out on this, surely this is the question. The Crow is asking a question. All of this stuff being thrown, is that real? Well, they should come to us directly. Well, no, you post directly. So, I'm going to leave it to you guys to decide. Is that far too much things in 4 years of ghost theory? Is that too many things to have been thrown or dropped or whatever, catapulted, in 4 years of a paranormal investigation channel or 4 years of a ghost hunting channel? Because to me, by the law of averages, it's far, far too often. But then later in the video, Crow goes on to this doll at a haunted museum. This thing. Now, Crow does an absolutely spectacular debunk in this. And it's not about the doll falling. It's about the actual doll itself.
All right, let's just keep going. Guys, please stay with me. I want to see what you guys think about this whole doll being thrown off a chair.
Just
want to point out it moves over to the right again. So do you guys think this could be paranormal?
Yep, that's a ghost. That's a ghost moving that doll, not the fact that Crow proves it's top heavy. Because he finds somebody that owns the doll. It's fantastic.
Wait till you see what happens.
I'm wondering if it's kind of put more.
This experiment where they just line up copper piping in squares and all that nonsense, and it's like, oh, I can feel the energy. Well, can you feel the energy in your own house? I'm not being rude, but radiators, there's copper piping looped all around your house, creating a big square or a cube. Shouldn't you be feeling that energy in your house?
You're going to see what's going to happen. I want to point out real quick. These floors are so damn loud and so old and crickety. I mean, it sounds like motherfucking Geppetto's workshop in there, okay?
You tell him, Crow.
So here we go. Check out this paranormal activity. Dude.
The camera also moved. It did move violently, but that was him grabbing it. You hear him grab the camera. But just before he grabs the camera, when he's walking into the room...
Dude.
The camera moves there, off his weight. Now, I'm not being disrespectful. Joe is a large man. He's a very large man. He's very tall, very thick set. Towers over me, I imagine. He has walked upstairs into a room where you can hear floorboards crunching and cracking and all sorts, and this top-heavy thing falls over.
Dude.
Oh, God.
Dude, real quick, man. When you got up there, dude, that floor was just like crunch, crunch, crunch.
Boing,
like the vibrations
boing, boing.
in there has got to be fucking crazy, man. One more time.
Oh, God.
Now, Ghost Theory, I've probably debunked this, right? And been like, well, it could be. This happens all too often. Something will fall over and they'll be like, oh, we debunked this. But it's the amount of times things fall over. Now, that was clearly, for me, Joe's weight.
I will say this. I can see being caught up in the moment at first and be like, huh, that's weird. How that doll just all of a sudden come down, right?
Yeah, but they're caught in the moment weekly.
But then once I reviewed the footage, then I would be able to say, okay, look, it was this, this, and this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right? So let's see which direction they go with it.
100%.
It's got to be the direction of, my weight shifted it, clearly.
You can basically watch back that whole clip in 5 seconds to see if anything moves.
Okay, they isolate the footage and then speed it up, right? That way they can see the condensed version. So here we go.
That is horrid.
What was that?
That. Look at that.
Shocking. Now, how many people have been watching my live streams with things have randomly fallen off my shelves while I'm live? People will be like, what's that? I'm like, oh, it's just so-and-so falling over. Or there was one day a dead bell went off, seemingly on its own, but the dead bell was switched off. And then I found out what it was when I reversed my live stream back and then found the tombstone of Jason Voorhees had fallen off the shelf. It hit the bell.
And again.
Yep, it moving.
Moves twice.
Now, just to preface this, when you see it go left and right, he's
Them
doing
scrubbing.
reverse and forward. The doll didn't go back up. It didn't go left. It only goes down and falls over. What he's doing is he's toggling the video, not trying to be facetious or anything. He's just showing how it moved. But I wanted to make sure you knew that because I think some people were confused thinking that the doll was moving like this. It was not. It only fell down.
And as Crow has said there, that wasn't what Ghost Theory said. That's what some people watching it have said.
Make that normal again, you'll be able to actually see what happens when I come into the room. Like, I'm intrigued to see if does the chair move and everything when I walk in the room?
That's a good point.
No. Why would the chair move?
Not moving yet. There's no movement at all.
I wasn't exactly walking quite lightly, and then bang.
They're kind of shooting their own evidence down here, which is maybe what they're supposed to be doing, right?
Oh, God.
When you walked up the stairs are connected as well. The vibration of you walking up there, getting on that, especially when you hit that top floor, when you started walking on that floor, there was enough vibration in that floor to go ahead and push over that doll because it was already leaning.
Just wanted to make the point that all these dolls in the paranormal world we've seen in all these videos that fall over all the time, and we have balls that are going across uneven floors, old wooden floors on top of that, in old houses. Guys, it only has to get past the point of equilibrium, okay? When you have dolls sitting a certain way that are not very stationary, and you have them sitting in old houses that vibrate, eventually with enough vibrations, as long as the doll or the ball, whatever it is, gets past the point of equilibrium, that's all it takes. It doesn't have to be pushed off, right? Once it gets past the equilibrium point, it just goes over. And when it does, it's usually like a random time.
Goes over. Love Crow's accent. He's the most American sounding American in America.
And that's what makes it feel like it's even more paranormal, because it just does it at a random time. And that's the problem.
And the question is how do you not see that, man? How do you guys, as investigators, not see that?
He said nothing mean there. He said nothing out of turn there. He's questioning, and then I think it was Elliot, because he said he just passed his driving test, was like, yeah, these guys are mean. They should ask, and whatever it was. I was trying to screenshot it this morning, but the post is gone. Why bother? Why bother saying, oh, you should question, when this is questioning? If you put things out for the universe to watch on YouTube, then YouTubers are allowed to look at that and say, there's a lot of stuff falling over. That doll appears to be nothing more than Joe's weight after coming up the stairs. There's nothing rude about that. There's nothing nasty about that. It's questioning, and it's allowed.
Because there's even people in your chat sections, in your chat section, saying the same thing, saying the obvious, that it was gravity. But I'm fixing to show you something that's very fucking eye-opening, which makes me even more think that these guys knew that. And they're just playing on it to make it look paranormal.
Oh, see it ain't so. He's found the original doll there. Oh dear.
Well, I found the exact doll that's in this video. It happens to be a 1968 Mortimer Schnurd ventriloquist doll. Then I went on a search looking for someone who actually owns the doll so I could ask him a few questions about what the doll is made out of and things like that. Then I found a channel called Elemental Figures Vintage Toys, and I sent him a message, and we struck up a conversation about this doll. And what's funny is right off the bat, he was telling me that he has to keep it laid on its back usually because it falls over so easily.
Oh dear. The stuff in the body is quite substantial and heavy, and the head is solid plastic. I would say supernatural lol. No. I would say you're right, thanks for the insight. I have to lay it down position as it is tipped over many times if in the upward position.
He'll take it on conventions and things like that. It would actually fall over out of the chair into the actual pathway of people walking by. So it was very apparent he was having a hard time keeping this doll from falling over. Then he sent me a video to show me how easy it was for this thing to fall over. See, with a doll like this, it's pretty much made out of cloth and stuffing. But then he told me the actual head of the doll is made out of a very thick plastic. So the doll is top heavy. And that's why a lot of these dolls tip over so easily. Now the question is, when Ghost Theory had to put the doll back on the chair the first time to set it back up, how could they not realize this or see how easy it was for this doll to tip over? Here's also what I just noticed. This doll, when it was by itself upstairs, looked a lot different than it did when they were upstairs moments ago filming it with the thermal camera. If you notice here, in the original shot, this is the last shot before they go downstairs, right? Notice the actual feet of the doll.
Crossed over.
In this picture, the feet of the doll are basically going straight up, right? And then they go downstairs and have the camera fixed on the doll. Now look at the doll here. It looks like his feet are upside down, like twisted around.
Now, they could have just fallen over, and that is what set the inertia of the rest of the doll moving, quite simply. But why didn't they notice that when they were rewinding and forwarding their footage?
What happened in between them upstairs with a thermal camera and then going downstairs? It looks like the doll to me had been moved after this last shot with the thermal camera.
Or they could have walked off and that caused the feet to collapse down. But given the build of the doll, the composition of the doll, has the feet fallen over like that set the rest of the doll on a slow moving trajectory. It makes more sense than ghosty woasties, doesn't it? And for a team that debunk or claim to debunk very, very often, I don't normally find that amount of things to debunk, but for a team that debunks that often, how did they not debunk that? Is it just a case of they missed it? Or is it a case of, if we don't show that bit, our audience will think it's a ghost, even though we know it's not, and we've never technically said it is?
So the big question here is why is the doll in a different position when you guys are downstairs? Something happened in between the shot on the left and the shot on the right. Now, just part of scrutinizing anybody's evidence, you have to ask the hard questions, and that is, was this done intentionally, or was it done by accident?
So Crow then goes on to show this eerie, horrible bastard, because we've all, in the paranormal debunking circles, seen dolls fall over. It happens all the time, because they're top heavy. The heads are always distorted in size. And they're often made of china or plastic, meaning that the dolls are top heavy. And the argument is always the same. The GTI have never argued with me, but their audience were like, you're stupid. There's a battery pack in the bottom of it. How can it be top heavy? The battery pack is resting on something, so it doesn't change the top of the doll.
Without saying this.
Again, are we in the fucking 1700s? Using a device that was never meant for paranormal to see if the doll has energy in it, you know? I mean, come on, man. Come on.
So, now, one thing I actually just want to do is I'm just going to put a light on my phone, and I want to show you just how, like, you'd think that it would just... It doesn't just fall off the seat.
Yeah.
Like, it's just... Do you know what I mean? Like...
It's just...
But look where they've positioned the legs this time. The legs are dangling over the edge, centering the gravity a bit more. Is that done on purpose? Is it a mistake? Is this in this position to bolster their claims that it doesn't just randomly fall over? I don't know. You decide. I've got my opinion on it.
Really?
If you watch their original video, they skip over the part where they actually put the doll back into the chair, into the position you see right here, with the legs spread far apart. They had the doll in the back of the chair, dead center of gravity. In this position, it's a lot harder to tip over, but I guarantee you they had multiple attempts and failed to keep this doll to sit up like that, because there's no way you can handle that doll and not realize how easy it is for this doll to fall over.
See, and that's not being mean. That is, he's done his research. He's found an original owner of the doll, and this original owner of the doll has sent footage to say, yeah, this thing absolutely just falls over. It's not mean-spirited. It's not nasty. It's not even calling you fake. It's questioning, and that should be allowed on YouTube.
That's why, in my opinion, I think they knew. But they're trying to play it off as if this doll just magically threw itself off. The doll's feet are spread apart, thereby potentially giving the doll more balance. Yeah, what's also suspicious is that you guys didn't even try to set it up to the way it looked before. You have it on camera. You saw that it was leaning over, its legs were to the left of the chair, all the gravity was going to the right-hand side.
And again, fair comments.
But you guys didn't try to replicate it. You tried to set it up to prove your case even more. So to recap, this is what the doll looked like originally before they went downstairs, right? Now this is the doll once they are downstairs on the thermal camera. Now it's leaning even way more to the right. The feet look different, okay? This looks to me set up to fail. And this is what it looks like when they set it back into the chair.
So where's the argument? Where's the toxicity? Where's the nastiness in anything Crow has done there? He's just matter-of-factly questioned. I think that's a fantastic debunk myself. So obviously I'm not going to do the entire video, just the sections that I found relevant in order for me to, well, promote Crow of Judas. Crow of Judas is an old school debunker. He's been at this far longer than me. He's the original batch of debunkers along with The Shape and Mr. Grey. So please, 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 please go over and support Crow of Judas. Go and watch his content, like his content, subscribe to his channel and all that good stuff. Because he's doing good work. He really is. I thought that this was a fantastic debunk. Now, Crow isn't quite built like the rest of us. He's not so great with the negative attention that debunking brings, but still he's put this out. Knowing that, you know, ghost theory fans can be quite ferocious in their defense of ghost theory. So go and support the guy. He deserves it. So before we end, I also want to bring to your attention this lunatic. Mike from Real Evidence. Now, Mike has covered the ITC channels. Now, I've covered the ITC channels quite extensively of late because they keep picking up on dead celebrities and monetizing audience grief. And it's scummy, but it's nowhere near as scummy as what they're doing right now. Again, I'm not going to play the full thing. Mike looks at Hope Paranormal, and Hope Paranormal is basically getting involved in a missing persons case.
Hey everybody, it's me, Josh, with Hope, and today I'm releasing that session that I did about 9 days ago on February 13th, 2026, regarding Nancy Guthrie. And before you watch it, I should say,
like I said, this lady is still missing. There's still an active search for this lady. And this guy stoops that low that he pulls these shitty stunts for financial gain.
Now, if you watch this video, Mike, you can see him bubbling in anger, and I completely understand why. So this is Hope, or Josh. Guy's a scumbag, man. So he spends the majority of his video just promoting his own bollocks. And then he gets to the session. Mike doesn't show much of the session because it's just in really bad taste. And he claims that he's helped law enforcement. He claims that he is helping law enforcement and then asks people to download his application for the Hope ITC on your phone, and that Hope ITC device on your phone, if you get results, bombard your local police station with it. Do you not think they got better things to be doing with their time? Like looking for missing people without people ringing up with like, hey, I contacted the woo-woo box and I think she's dead. What if the family see this? Family haven't asked for any help in this, but it gets worse. So much worse. It takes a lot for me to be shocked with these ITC channels. So, Mike has actually downloaded the app and he uses the app. And what he discovers in this app is absolutely outrageous.
And we've got the session bit there, and then we've got the...
So he breaks down how the app works, etc. And then the fact that you can choose all of these voices. So Mike records a session and his findings are absolutely horrific.
And I turned the noise gate up and left it up for about 3-4 minutes and recorded in my recording software what came through. So if we go into Premiere Pro here and press play, and we'll listen to what comes through.
And most of you will already know what Mike is going to say. I knew it as soon as he played that. But we'll go with it. Please also go and support Mike from Real Evidence and his debunking, because he's doing a fantastic job as well.
Bearing in mind, I was in the studio. I'd not asked any questions. I've not asked for any spirits to come forward and...
Which is important, because this device shouldn't pick up anything unless you're in tune and asking questions, which Mike wasn't.
Communicate with me. This is what you get when you turn up the gate and you leave the gate activated. Any words in that? No. Do you want me to tell you why you can't make out any words in that?
You've all worked this out, right? Right? I did.
Because it's all played backwards. So I was like, this is all backwards. So then what I did was reverse the audio to see if it would make sense. So let's listen back.
We would have paid maintenance necessary to child care, and you beat you down. Other women will seem to be interested in more. We didn't work with them to do.
So what he's done is he's recorded loads of random old ladies' voices in, and he's reversed them. And then he tells you to put a reverb over the top to make them sound ghostly, and tells you to try and come up with ideas of what they're saying.
That is horrendous, right? I know the app is free, but still, he is claiming that you can talk to the dead through this thing and doesn't see that it's all pre-recorded voices that have been reversed. Absolutely horrendous behaviour. So Mike obviously goes deeper into that, and then he gets to this, and this is one of the most shocking things I've seen on YouTube. And YouTube need to step in. They really need to step in.
This was a comment that somebody wrote to Hope in one of his videos. I'm going to blur out the name for obvious reasons, but check this out.
So, this is the worst thing I've seen by a stretch. Somebody leaves a comment on a Hope video. It might be myself soon. How do I get contact info so you can contact me for my family? Not a joke. At this point, Hope has a duty of care to this person and should say, ring your local mental health practitioner, your GP, the hospital, the emergency services, anything. Samaritans, whatever the case may be. He should offer some form of help, and then Mike finds the reply. Here is my email address, so please email me first, info@hopeparanormal.com. I would just need to speak to you prior, as there are a few things about the process you'd want to know first. This man is just threatened, or lady is just threatened to unalive, self-unalive, and you want an email. It would help your coming through. Plus, recording your voice reading from a book or something, minute to 2 minutes long would be good. What? So you can take their voice, add it to your software, add a bit of reverb to it, and then convince this person's family that you're talking to them. And you're not. You're preempting this person dying to earn money, because you'll charge people for these private readings. And then the ad revenue. Wow, I heard my son's voice through Hope Paranormal, my daughter's voice through Hope Paranormal, my mum, my dad. This is fucking horrendous. But I repeat, email me first. We need to speak briefly. I'm here for you. If you're here for them, as Mike has rightly said in his video, offer them help. Get them to the emergency services. Get them some mental health, something, anything other than promote your fucking woo-woo box. This is absolutely disgusting. No, genuinely, I hope this person is okay. I hope they got the help that they needed. For once, I am at a loss for words at the nasty, degrading levels that Hope is going to go to in order to sell apps, devices, and to promote his channel. Apparently, there is a price on human life attached with Hope Paranormal. I've never seen anything like this. Just when I think I can't get shocked by the people in the paranormal anymore, or the people pretending to be in the paranormal, these people don't care about the paranormal. They never have. Never ever have. Absolute disgrace. So do please let me know your thoughts on the comment section down below. If you're going to come in and defend Ghost Theory, that's absolutely fine, as long as you defend them with the right attitude. If you're going to come in and name calling and all that, I haven't done it, Crow haven't done it, so don't you do it. It's as simple as that. I genuinely don't know what is going to get done about Hope Paranormal, because that is just next level shit. There's one thing to pretend things are falling over in your videos and claim it to be real, and then when somebody's threatening to unalive, ask them for audio recordings. Never seen anything like it. Much love to you all. Beardo out.